All right, we live. What is going on, folks? What are we doing? How are you? What it is, what it do. You feel me? Yeah, this is the Puro Caballero show. We back again. And it's episode 108. And I'm feeling pretty great right now. I don't know about you guys. I had a pretty good last few days. Let me introduce myself.
It's me, Mario.
Shout out to Four Color Zach for the shout out.
Here we go.
And yeah, we starting the episode, baby. Um, yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be talking on here with all you guys. And it's been a minute, and a few different things have happened in my life recently. We'll put it that way. I guess every fucking thing happens. Happy Pride Month to everybody. We are now in June. It is June 7th. And all the comics got their pride jokes out, ready to go. Some good, some distasteful, but hey, you know, get coming in hot right now. Yeah, I've got a few thoughts. I don't know. I'll just say one thing I noticed today that was pretty funny. This whole corporate activism shit that everyone's just like clamoring on. That I see people on like Instagram and shit online just fucking talking shit. It's pretty funny to me because certain corporations will like bend over backwards and shit, just for the month, and then just like I guess sometimes don't really show an effort one way or the other. Um, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but it's funny. I went into Dunkin' Donuts today, and they had like a special Pride themed donut, which was just like the regular donut with like the strawberry cream on the top of it with a couple sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles. And they had it. I was looking around just because I guys just went in for some coffee, and noticed I was looking at the displays, and I saw it, and it was like near like the main flavors, like kind of on like the top shelf, the second top shelf, whatever, and it was like made with pride, and it said that on there. And then I look over right to the left of it. I look down at the bottom. There's another tray of donuts that look exactly the damn same as those ones. And I think it was just the normal display that they show every other month of the year because it was strawberry with um, rainbow sprinkles. That's all it said on there, with the normal flavor. So I thought that shit was fun. Oh, y'all, I got that display like a couple weeks ago, like last week. Um. Anyway, I don't know. I think it is a little fucked up too that we got monkeypox going on right now, man. Fuck, man, that sucks. Um. Be safe, my gay brothers and sisters out there. Um. Yeah. It's legit targeting the gay community. Like it's from everything that I've read on the news, there was a couple big raves. I guess we'll just talk about it right now. There's a couple big raves that happened in Europe, and one of them was in Belgium, and one of them was in the Canary Islands, Gran Canarias, um, in Spain. And I think there were like pride related events or whatever. And so there were outbreaks that kind of happened from these, kind of events. They've like linked and tracked like where these people have traveled and whatnot. And yeah, apparently people having some risky unprotected sex, and then that's how it's spreaded. Apparently came from West Africa. Yes, apparently that's where monkeypox originates. Regardless, like it's happened before. It's like had spread before. But yeah, I guess this time it's just spreading that way. So it's like shit, man. Happy Pride Month. God damn it, man. That sucks. Brain for y'all. Um, Peace. Fucking A, man. Fucking wild. What's the craziest detail that I read about that was that if they didn't discover this by like having people showing up to hospitals or reporting them over the phone or whatnot, they found out about this because people were going to STD clinics because they thought they had like fucking gonorrhea or the herp or some shit or the clap, you know what I'm saying? And they or fucking I don't know, HIV or something. But yeah, they got that monkeypox shit, bro. Like, fuck, dude. That shit's crazy, man. It's Shout out to MF Doom. You called it. Was it Vomit Spit? um, Back in the day, I got the album somewhere over here in that shelf. But yeah, I didn't expect to be talking about that shit right now. But yeah, happy Pride Month. We in it. What else did I want to talk about? That's some talk. A lot of NBA talk. I feel like we're gonna get into some sports shit. But yeah, we kind of talking about world news. We can kind of get into some stuff. Y'all see the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp shit? So apparently both people were defamed according to the fucking the courts, I guess. And I think Depp made out with more money in the end. So I guess congrats to him. And man, those some crazy, crazy, crazy relationships. Yeah, I guess watch out for the crazy bitches. I guess that's the moral of the story. Like, oh, sometimes, oh my God, you read some stories and you be like,
damn, son, where'd you find this?
God damn, man, that's fucking wild. Anyway, sitting on people's bed, notes and shit happening, like fucking fingers, pinkies getting chopped off. People recording each other's and conversations and shit, man. Fucking wild. I got trust issues, and I'm like reading these stories, and I'm like, yeah, I'll stay that way. They said he won $10 to $15 million. Damn, it's fucking crazy. She won, I think it was like two. Saw another report that was a little higher than that, but he's got bigger numbers, so there you go. What else happening? What else going on? Putin apparently is in bad health. There's some rumors that he's got cancer, Parkinson's disease, dementia. And then he apparently attempted assassination attempt in May. The Kremlin apparently are debating who would take over once he dies or if he dies. And this is like concerning because like this war is costing like Russian companies apparently billions of dollars because people don't want to fuck with them. So yeah, there's a peculiar situation going on over there. In that big ass country of theirs. So Russia, yeah, man, still fucking up Ukraine. It still ain't cool, bro. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it takes a change in power for like this conflict to end, a resolution to come into place, or if it might exacerbate it, because that might be even worse. Because like whoever comes in might be even more bloodthirsty and try to back up onto. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of trying to other countries trying to manipulate the outcome of what happens there, U.S. included. I feel like China, they probably have a stronger relationship. They're probably going to have even more influence there. Yeah, and all those other countries. I guess. I feel like the new world superpowers. It's like the past you'd consider. I don't know, like the fucking U.S., UK, and all them. I feel like it's turning more to like China, Russia, India, Saudi, and Qatar, and all those oil-rich nations. Like all that, it's crazy. I don't know. It's weird. We'll see what happens. See what goes down. Hopefully good shit. Hopefully nothing crazy. No more wars. I guess I don't know. That's a little too optimistic, I guess. But hey, fuck it. Got a dream. So yeah, see if that happens. Gee. We'll talk about that other shit later. Let's see. Oh, this was something that happened in local political news. I don't know if you're fucking paying attention, but Nancy Pelosi got denied communion at a Catholic church because of her views on abortion. The fact that she's, I guess, pro-choice. And I had to talk with my pops about this. This shit got a little heated. What up, Alex? What's going on, bro? Doing my podcast. So yeah, fucking. She got denied communion, which it was like the San Francisco Archbishop apparently made that decision to say like, that bitch, nah, son, you ain't getting this. Which apparently is pretty controversial considering that, from what I read, the Pope had said that he was just like, I don't believe these archbishops should be making those decisions or whatever. However, I have never been presented with that option. making a decision and rightfully knowing somebody's points of view and perspective as they try to take communion. And I think like another archbishop in the U.S. or something said that they should. I don't know. It was crazy. It was reading it back and forth. I was getting into the nitty gritty details. Talking with my pops last weekend, man. Yeah, that was let's just say he's very much a pro-lifer. Um, and doesn't really have issues with what's going on in Texas, so it's fucking crazy. Yeah, a lot of people are very, very heated and feel one type of way or the other about this whole ordeal that was going on. Like the fact that they're like evaluating Roe v. Wade, that's pretty fucking crazy. I thought that shit was pretty well established, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a lot of fucking arguing, a lot of signs being made, a lot of people yelling into microphones in public places across from each other. People yelling into bullhorns and whatnot. What's gonna happen? You already know. Probably gonna be a lot of people with trucker hats yelling at lesbians with dyed hair. Those are the videos you see online, or socialists, some completely left wing types against completely right wing types. So yeah, that tends to be it. That tends to be what you see. But that shit's cool. So yeah, Catholic Church. That shit is now getting a little political, I guess. Yeah, especially considering it's a San Francisco Catholic bishop. It's like I don't know if the Catholic Church, just because you are your archdiocese, you're a bishop of a certain archdiocese, doesn't mean necessarily that you are up in that archdiocese, because these motherfuckers move a lot and shit. They'd be like reorganizing the organizational tree calendar and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty crazy. For sometimes for nefarious reasons. Y'all fucking read the news. Y'all know what it is. Y'all listen to this podcast. If you do, you've heard me talk about that shit in the past. All the allegations and going on. Ew, not very good. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the SF Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone. He's the one made that decision. She replied back saying, "What's up with the Catholic Church not doing anything for those who support the death penalty?" Yeah, that was her reply, and it was like one thing or the other. So it's like a whataboutism, which is like a shitty way to get into arguing. Like, come on, argue what they're saying on its merits, not like hey, that's bad, but what about you being bad? Like, I'm not perfect, but you're not perfect either. Stop talking shit, kind of move, which is like, like, it's like you gotta resort to that. It's like you feel like you kind of lost that argument, I guess. But that was her retort. Political stand. All right. Sorry, just got some news about some bookings and shit in the future. Yeah, I guess for now is a good time to talk about my comedy life. I've had some good shows recently. I gotta get off of this negative thought. You read one text or one message sometimes, and it just throws you the fuck off. Especially when you're doing a podcast. Yeah, Mario, why don't you go on airplane mode? That's a good question there. I do not. Anyway, I had a couple good sets this weekend. Shout out to B Gutierrez. Got to see her last week on the show that we did at the Haha. I was on a roast battle, the No Llores roast battle. Shout out to Los Digits. He's running his shows every Wednesday at the Haha Comedy Club out there in North Hollywood. So if you're in the area, go check it out. It's like late night kind of vibe. I think the show starts like 10. So yeah, at least that's how the time we started. Probably like 10:30. We went late. But yeah, I had a good ass time doing that. What else did I do? We had our show at Thai Angel last Tuesday. Very, very fun show. Do I have the flyer up here? Let me check this out. Yeah. This was our last show. Unfortunately, Ron Bush wasn't able to make it, but we had Coke, Becca Ward, Sam Bilski, Handra and CV closed it out, and Gabby Vargas did her thing. Very, very hilarious, folks. Go give them follows on Instagram if you can. They put up, not all, a lot of them put up some material. Very fun stuff. I know Handra, he be working overtime with those edits and whatnot. But I see you. I respect it. Putting in work. I need to get back on my grind. Yeah, y'all got to see DJ Supreme Kai, aka VJ Sanchez, on the ones and twos as well. And yeah, that show I did. So that was Tuesday last week, and this is the show I did Wednesday. So yeah, it was me versus Bilal Sharmou. What did I call him? Caveman kind. I had some good roast jokes for him, man. I won't spoil those. We might do this battle again later. Big chubby Palestinian homie from also from the 209. So shout out Bilal. He's the homie. He goes by Billy for certain white people. But regardless of race, we can all call him a fat ass. Oh, okay. I kid. And then here's the other battles that we had there. Tate took the victory over Jack. Tom and Angel, I think, tied in misery. And then Elise definitely killed Barry there. I don't think Nalia and Carlos. Was it Carlos? I think Carlos won. Yeah, Carlos won that one. Yeah, shout out to the haha. Shout out to Los Digits for helping put that on. Back to the show. Yeah, so that was a fucking fun ass time. We had a good night, but there was a couple other comics that I saw there. I saw was it Los Marquez? Shout out. He had a killer set. That was really fun. And then as the aforementioned B Gutierrez, go book her. She is hilarious. She's fun as hell. Have her on your show. If you have a private gig, book her. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you're doing. Give her your monies for her time and efforts. She deserves it. Oh, she was awesome though. She had a very fun set. No, but we were kicking it like for an hour beforehand, just at the bar, chopping it up. And yeah, I think if you got the money, go ahead and buy that lowrider. I'm telling you right now, I want to ride in it. I want to go ride shotgun in that shit. That was fucking dope. I think she had like a '67 Impala that she posted, she found up on the Craigslist ad post, and we were looking at that shit on Dayton. So like, damn girl, you only once. This is speaking for somebody who does not have the money ready for that kind of commitment, or the time and effort you need to like, keep an old car up in check and running properly. But hey, teach their own. But yeah, we were chopping it up anyway. Get the car if you can. So yeah, so I saw her there, and then she had a dropout on the show she was producing for We Own the Laughs, which was the Friday night, I should say. I'm trying to get back onto my calendar, see what I was doing. Yeah. So that was Friday night, and so yeah, I happened to be available, so I was able to go and be a part of that show. Thank you so much for thinking of me and having me be a part of that. It was very very fun show. The crowd was definitely into it and was ready to laugh, and that's the best. That's just like the cherry on top when like they want to see you perform and do well, and they react and respond, very positively to like comedy that's coming, because like there can be crowds that like are just whatever about you being there, or sometimes just hostile if you're like invading their space, if it's like they don't know that they're supposed to be at a show, like if you do it at a bar or like at a restaurant sometimes, or a public place, that can happen. So you gotta be prepared for that. But no, these people were fucking about it. So shout out to We Own the Laughs. I know I believe Tyson Paul. I have not met him, but I know he runs those, which was crazy because like I'd seen a lot of those postings or whatnot for like the shows they run up in Sacramento in the Bay Area. I've seen all those up on Facebook, so it was cool to be a part of that as they're moving down here to LA and getting more shows up and popping and expanding. So shout out to Cali King Studio. That was the location of the event, which was dope. Come to find out that the homies who were running Cali King Studio are affiliated with the Baker Boys, which are like legendary DJs, producers, coming out here from the West Coast, up in the hip hop scene since like the 90s, 2000s, man. The Baker Boys. They had the fucking syndicated radio show online that would play late nights on the weekends. I think Friday nights. So you just be like tuning the dials, just like rolling about late at night, and you just be like Baker Boys. I think they came out of Bakersfield. So yeah, very very dope. Got to perform kind of like in their like side studio area, like performance event space, and I think if you saw the pictures on my Instagram, they had a dope little location, a bunch of plaques on the walls, and like they had vinyls and like a record player behind me, and that was pretty cool. That was really dope to be a part of that. Um, yeah, got to do my 10-minute set. That was fucking dope. Pulled out some jokes I hadn't done in a while, which was cool. And yeah, they're still working pretty well. I gotta listen back to those recordings for that show in particular. I haven't had the chance to go back and review my tape yet. I've been just pushing on trying to do new stuff since that's happened. But yeah, man, it's crazy. um I don't know what to. Everybody else on that show was very hilarious as well. I want to not miss anybody. Jose Arce, we were fucking chilling afterwards. Went out to grab a beer and hang out with the. What's his name? Oh, Gregory. Cannot remember the other homie's name too. I follow him on Instagram. It's awesome, awesome comedy podcast banter. It's going on right now. Me on the laughs. Here we go. What was the show? Damn, they got shows going down. All right. Nicole Denise. Yep. Jose Arce. Kyle Plouffe. Rachel Sterling. Demi York. Heather Winter. And Arthur Hamilton, who like came in off the top and did his thing. Very funny. Everybody was hilarious. So yeah, I filled in for another friend of mine, Matt Dan, who couldn't make that show. But yeah, that was really, really fun times. Thank you so much, B, for having me on. And yeah, hopefully we could do some stuff there at Cali King Studio because that was a really dope spot. Um, that'd be a cool collaboration. I need to be better at playing vinyl. There's definitely something I got practice. But I gotta take a peek into the Baker Boy studio. I gotta see their little green screen setup, their decks and everything. So yeah, that was a fun ass show. And then the very next day, I got to do little hosting duties for my friend Hollywood Edward Lawrence, Eddie Rich boy. What up? What up? What up? What up? He did a little taping called "A Night in Hollywood." Yeah, put together a little show there at Skiptown Playhouse, a little small little like box theater. And he's got like a deal signed with Comedy Dynamics coming through. So hopefully that's um, is something that comes to fruition in the future. Because like sometimes people can sign deals, but like actually getting their product out there and like edited and released is like another hurdle. So like that's the next step. So like uh, nothing but the best to you, Eddie, for getting to that point up to this point. So like bro, I hope you fucking murder this edit because the sets and everybody had were fucking really hilarious. Shout out to Eddie as well. Ben Nicholson helped him put that show together. Who else was on the lineup? I hosted. I got to do some time up top. Shout out to the homie Viet and Win. He killed it. He had a great set. We had a funny moment backstage before and after. I will leave it between us, but Shout out to Viet. Shout out to Sammy Cantu as well. I got to meet him. He was really funny, really hilarious. um, Shout out to Caitlin Allen as well. She killed it. Obviously, Eddie. Eddie did his thing. I did 2 30-minute sets. So, yeah. Hopefully, that'll be able to be priced together and you can get a nice little production piece out of it. I really do hope. Popping, man. That was fun. That was a fun show. Thank you so much for having me. And I had a lot of fun. I did more time there up top, and I got to do some jokes that I hadn't done. I feel like it was a similar thing. It was just like I felt like everything I did, everything kind of putting out there was working. So I'm like, whoo! I was hyped. I was hyped. So shout out to Eddie for putting us on and having us do our thing. We were uh, appreciative. Thank you for the wings as well. That was delicious for the food that we had there. You can't fuck around. Mess around with that shit. So yeah, that was my weekend. Prior to that, the weekend before, I know I had my cousin Javi in town. What up? What up? What up? Shout out to the Nuggies brand. We're gonna be making moves out here and getting the product out there and mass distributed into smoke shops and to bud shops, everywhere we can, man. So we've got new investment coming and new prospects and new production lines. So give Cloud9 Kings, that's spelled KLOUD, the number 9 Kings, KINGS, at Instagram on Instagram. So give them a follow at Cloud9 Kings. All the progress, all the new plushies, little plush dolls that he has coming up in production, as well as the new additions of the dab tools and little characters. Right, we got a little Acapulco Gold right over here. Check it out. Check it out. I got my LA Kush one. I think I left it in my car. Shit. Oh yeah, we got keychains. Got some keychains. Just a little plug. So check them out. Look a bleezy. Look a little bleezy. Right there. And I have a dab tool, but oh, there's a little LA Kush here. Hat on the back. Rep the West Coast out here. So yeah, find them in your local dispensary, weed shops, whatever, smoke shops, all that stuff, all the above. So yeah, we had him in town trying to make some moves and check out all that shit. Pretty fun, pretty fucking fun time. Got to go to Venice Beach. Saw him do another mural. So he's putting his characters up, the Nuggies related characters. Yeah, and we had a fun ass time. So yeah, we're gonna be making moves in the near future. Down. Got a couple gigs coming up, possibly in the next few weeks. So give me a follow on Instagram at Puro Caballero, exactly as you see on this page, pretty much. I mean, if you're listening and watching to the Puro Caballero show, you know what it is. But yeah, give me that follow there. I'll be posting all my shit information. As soon as I get all the flyers and whatnot, I'll be. Let's see what else can I announce now. I believe I'll also be on B's show at Flappers on Monday, June 20th. It'll be her first show that she produced there as well. So thanks again for that booking. Appreciate you. Gonna be on the show with Innovative Comedy. They're doing an event for their 100th podcast episode. If you haven't happened to be seeing me on one of their episodes, thanks for tuning in, giving them some support because they're a dope ass crew. I've been on a couple of their podcast episodes. The first time I think I talked about it on here, I got fucking stony baloney, bro. Goddamn, higher than giraffe neck, bro. Everyone said giraffe pussy, bro. I was higher than that, man. It was fucking wild. Yeah, I had a long day before and work and all that shit. Those are excuses. Anyway, give them a follow as well. So yeah, we'll be doing a show. I just downloaded the fly for that shit. It is the big homie Stank, Foolish D, Sadika Scarlett, Young Beeves, Ryan the comedian, and myself, along with our host Tony Graham. So give us all the love if you can. June 21st out in Long Beach. So yeah, I'll be posting that information soon. I saw a couple posts get up there updated today. Oh yeah, thank you for that follow, Young Beeves. What up? What up? I'm sorry. This is me looking at notifications when I shouldn't. All right, cool. All right, cool. Giants up. All right, back to the notes. Yeah, that's what I got coming up. I have a couple DJ gigs also coming through this Saturday. Shout out to the homie Steven Briggs. He's doing another show. Let me see what the name of it is. It is Hidden Hysteria with Steven Briggs, sponsored by Four Sons Brewing, Viscous brand, and Earth the brand. I don't know. Can't see that there. But yeah, another comedy show. And the homie Benzi is going to be behind the decks, but also DJ Supreme Kai and myself will be helping out and giving some support there. So that should be some fun ones. Here's a link for tickets and his profile. That's Steven Briggs Comedy. Here is his page. Boom, 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 boom. Check it out. Check it out. Look at that dapper ass man. That fucking the beard. Look at the fucking pipe. Look at that shit. You want to be there. You want to be there. You fucking want to be there. All right. That is this Saturday at 8 p.m. Okay. Believe it is in downtown LA location. You will get that information. I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure. With the brands, I should say. That's the name of it. Okay. Yeah. Their design agency. Okay. Cool. Shout out to With the Brands. They with the shit. That's what's up. So yeah, I'll be DJing there, and in future Thursdays I'll be DJing as well at Dirty Laundry. Shout out to the homie Chris M for letting me hit the decks with him a couple weeks ago. Not every Thursday. I think they have like 2 or 3 Thursdays out of the month. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. So if you're just in the Hollywood area, it's a cool little underground speakeasy bar. They have a hip hop room in the front, and then in the behind the bar, past the bar, it's there's a little room where we play some house music and shit. So and get down. So yeah, that's what we were doing, just playing some house tunes. Shout out to Chris M. Give him a follow, Chris M Arts on Instagram. Shout out to the homie Zach Vetterman, who also was playing with me. We were playing back to back for a few hours. We played an hour up top, and then we played like I think an hour or so at the end. But yeah, man, he's at comedy_hazard, I believe, if I remember correctly, on Instagram. So yeah, give him a follow, give him some love, and yeah, I want to say what else? Oh yeah, I was asked to do to DJ for a comedy show out in Huntington Beach at the Rec Room this Friday. Or not this Friday, excuse me, the following Friday, the 17th. I'll be there. That's gonna be, I believe, 6 p.m. is when doors open. So yeah, I'll be posting more info as we get closer to that. Delete. And then, oh yeah. There's an event going on at the end of the month on June 24th and 25th. It's a social desert, like rave event and comedy event. Kind of crazy. I know. I'll be posting about that information. I'll definitely be doing comedy, and haven't yet confirmed if I'm going to be playing some music. But more than likely, I'll be able to get an hour slot. I still got to hit up Zach about that information, see who I gotta DM and message. But yeah, that should be fun as hell. Haven't gotten the opportunity to be a part of one of those events yet. So shout out to the homie Zach for helping put those on, getting the comedy tent and all that stuff put together. So yeah, I'll be ripping some stages coming to you live pretty soon. And then of course we got the show at Thai Angel Bar. The next one's gonna be on the 14th, and then followed by the 28th. So we got 2 more shows the rest of the month. I can't fucking wait. I haven't confirmed the full lineups yet, but the people that I got a part of it, I'm very, very happy to that they're they're up and doing it. They're very hilarious ladies and gentlemen, is coming up on the next couple shows. So yeah, you're not gonna want to miss that. If you're in Koreatown, stop by there on Western Avenue, kind of on Western and Beverly. I want to say the cross streets. Yeah. So Thai Angel Bar, very very delicious Thai food as well. Support all your bartenders and all that shit. They got, you know what I'm saying, they got that selection of Asian beers you don't see everywhere. So yeah, come through, get you beer lao, you know what I'm saying, and some drunken noodles and laugh your ass off, right? But yeah, get drunk off comedy too, all that shit. Do I have anything else to say? I think that's enough. That's enough self promo. I've been talking like 12 minutes to fucking 15 minutes about this shit. Should we talk about sports now? I think we should. I think it's time. Y'all been watching the NBA Finals? Cause I haven't as much as I needed to. I'll admit. Yeah, I don't know. Just like first off, we'll say this. I got caught up on the rooftop yesterday, 2 days ago, excuse me, this Sunday, and I was only planning to do like a few hours up there and then come down and then watch the game. But then I kind of got into a groove, and one thing led to the other, and then it was like, the game started, and then I had like the feed on like my, on the internet or whatever. So I kept tabbing over every few minutes, checking the score, and it was close to halftime. And then I was like, all right, halftime, bet I'm gonna go inside and watch this shit. And then kept feeling it, and I was like, fuck this, I'm staying up here and having a good time. And so I did that. And then the second half happened, and the Celtics were getting blown out. So I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to watch, or not going to watch the game and just be up here streaming, playing tunes and doing my thing and having a good time. And that's what I did. But it also came with a killer sunburn. I don't know. You can see that right there. Look at that. Try not to show nipple. Rip my shirt off right now if I could. I don't give a fuck. I did it on stage last night. I wasn't the only comic though that had a bad suntan, so I'm like, damn it, fucking Nate stole my thunder. Damn you, went before me. Dude, I posted a picture on a story on my Instagram, and swear to God, it got the most views I've ever gotten on any story I've ever posted, bro. It was like 420 views or some shit like that. Now, I don't know if you guys are more popping than I am or not, but that shit is a lot to me, man. Anytime I get over like 125, I've gotten like 150, a couple of times, gotten a couple 200s, but like anytime it's over 300, 400, it's like rare as fuck for my Instagram. It's got to get something weird into the algorithm or the algorithm. Yeah, man. People just want to see your downfall, man. It's crazy. Sometimes your literal downfall. I was joking about this last night, man. So I've been DJing at this late night spot called Accidental Chaos. And it's fucking it's been fun. It's been fun just hanging out with the crew. It's like any night I'm free. I've just been over there. Kind of like host DJ, and to let me rip a set every night. Whatnot. We have a good little free. But yeah, I've been going over there, and they have a DJ booth, but it's set up in like a up little balcony, like nook area. That's supposed to be like a little extra storage space. But they set it up there, so gotta like climb a ladder to get up there, climb it to get down, and so it's like a full story above. Your boy ate shit and like missed a step on the ladder and actually fell down onto the ground. Like, it's crazy. It was crazy. I think I got a bruise somewhere. But like, just noticed I had a bruise. I think it's over here. I got a bruise. This just showed up like today though. I got a bruise right here. I got a bruise on my leg. I think I can show you this. It wasn't a domestic abuse, so you don't need to investigate. But yeah, and I think I sprained my foot a little bit, but I was just running on adrenaline, and I like got up immediately and tried to play it off, and everybody was just like, "Oh, what the fuck, bro!" Like, this fool just fell from the sky, man. Like I felt like boom, like a fucking sack of potatoes, man. Like you throw it off a balcony. That's what I felt like, dude. There was all right. So the situation was like there was another comic was supposed to go on, and then he was like talking on the phone outside the room. So he wasn't available. He's like, all right, I'll just go next or whatever. And so they're like, all right, Mar, you ready? And I'm like, all right, cool. I cue a song up real quick. And it is like a 6-second little like Super Mario sound effect sound. And so my dumbass thought think I was just in the moment that I thought that I could make, or I could like play the sound effects, get down there, and then within like a second or two be able to get up on stage, which did not fucking happen at all. So I am taking my goddamn time from here on out, going up and down that shit. Which I was very conservative in going up and down when I first got there, but like I'd been chilling over there for like a couple weeks and a month or so, just doing that shit. But my God, that was fucking scary that moment. I'm so glad that there wasn't any chairs or anything that I landed on, because I just kind of landed flush just on the ground on the side, but I'll pop back up immediately. So crazy because the week prior somebody had fallen from that exact same spot, but like way more tragically, and they got it on footage, videotape. And I got a chance to watch that, and that dude was laying there like he had fucking got shot, bro. It looked like a fucking Italian soccer player just Yo, my ass got up like I was in an MMA fight. Like, oh no, he's gonna take my back. God damn, bro, that was fucking tragic. Oh man, he's preying on my downfall, man. Oh shit! Shout out to T Grizzly. Oh man, that's so stupid. Bro, there was a moment in my head where I felt like I was fucking Mufasa in The Lion King, bro. Like where I missed that step, and like because there's a couple handles that you can grab like on each side, and I tried to grab the one with my right hand, and I missed it. Like if the handle was like the microphone, it was like this. It was like I missed it by like an inch. As like momentum is going back, and I'm falling. I'm like Simba. Felt like in my head, dude. Oh my God, that was tragic. But yeah, I did a set. I tried to tell jokes after. I couldn't fucking do it, man. I couldn't fucking do it, man. So yeah, shout out to Mufasa, man. I fucking sympathize with you, man. I like unfortunately for me, there wasn't a stampede of herding buffalo that were gonna kill me there. But hey, man, it's still I think it hurt me like emotionally more than it did physically. But I got a couple bumps and bruises, you know. I had to ice my foot. I think I sprained my foot a little bit. Just icing my foot over the weekend. It wasn't that bad, man. Like I'm not that too bad. I did a fucking leg workout yesterday. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay, man. I'm fucking built for this. um yeah, man. How did we get to this topic? I don't know how the fuck I got. Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. People praying on my downfall, man. It's fucking crazy, man. So yeah, I'm sunburnt, got hella views and shit, and then that happened, and shout out to J Ron and everybody else who was in the building that saw that shit. That was fucking crazy. That's what it was like over here, like helping me out every time I go up the ladder, down the ladder. Yeah, we were talking about NBA finals. Steph Curry's really fucking good. This just in. Dude, when he pulls up and shoots it from like outside of 30 feet and it just splashes in just so beautifully, like that arena still goes crazy. Even if it's not Rorical, you know what I'm saying? They're not in Oakland, they're not in the town anymore. They moved across the bridge. They're in the city now. And this is their first time having a playoff run in this new building. Bro, it seems like they're still going dumb as fuck in there. So it seems pretty active and pretty lit. So you're not gonna get this analysis from any other podcast, right? This just in. Chase Center goes dumb as fuck. Them motherfuckers go Maney. Puro Caballero. So quote me. So yeah. Series tied is 1-1. The Warriors won the last game. Celtics got a surprising game one victory last Friday and Thursday, I want to say. A lot of days off in this series, but they yeah, man, they had a good Al Horford game. He was hitting a lot of jumpers, a lot of 3-pointers. They're leaving him wide open. Tatum had he only had like 13 points or something, but had like shit ton of assists. So he was setting the tone, distributing, making the right decisions. And the second game, he was turned into a little bit more offensive player. He was hitting a lot more of his shots, being more aggressive, but his teammates weren't able to help him out as much in the second game. And they felt pretty cold in the second half, as I mentioned before. So yeah, it's tied 1-1, and they are headed back over to Boston. It's going to Beantown. Game 3 will be tomorrow. It'll be a pretty decisive game. We'll see what happens there. I think I feel like some of the Boston role players might play a little better. That's typically what occurs when you go back home. I think guys like Grant Williams, Robert Williams, still not 100% out there. He's playing a little banged up. We'll see if the home crowd can help him out. Let's see if they decide to roll Tice, or I know Pritchard has been playing a lot of minutes for them as well as Derek White. White has actually played well in the finals, which is kind of crazy because the Brooklyn Nets were basically leaving him wide open and forcing him to shoot because he was so cold from the 3-point line. He didn't have a good stretch once he got traded over to Boston. He's playing well in other categories, distributing, playing his point guard role, playing defense and whatnot. But his jumper wasn't right, and wasn't shooting well for 3, and that continued into the playoffs. But the last couple of games, has actually shot the ball pretty well, and has hit some bigger shots for them. So he's been getting more minutes as a result. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. This fucking craziness going on with Draymond and Celtics, him talking shit, man. The last game, he looked like he was on like 11, just going at it. Big controversy, him getting tangled up there with Jaylen Brown. People think he should have got tossed. I think he probably should have got tossed. I didn't really see it in the moment, but like in retrospect, if you're gonna call it by the letter of the law, but yeah, I mean, like you already gave him a tech. He should be having like somewhat of a warning to like chill out, and if he doesn't, then that's on him, right? So I don't know, but like that's this guy who has like is a habitual line stepper, so he's known to like fuck around and push the boundaries with these goddamn refs, man. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, well, how'd they get here? Warriors were able to knock down Dallas in 5. Steph wins the Magic Johnson Trophy for the Western Conference MVP. It looks like if the Warriors win, he's probably going to get that trophy, his first Finals MVP trophy, since Durant and Andre Iguodala took the first one from him. Durant took the last 2. Deservedly so, man. Fucking team. But yeah, first ever trophy for the conference finals MVP. So they call it the Magic, and then the Larry Bird Trophy. Larry Bird Trophy went over to Jason Tatum over there on the Seas. Dude, they barely made it past the Miami Heat in 7 games, man. Like it was a very close call on that game 7. They almost choked it away. It was crazy. Oh, that game. One shot from Jimmy Butler. He makes one more shot, and it's the Heat in the finals. It might be. Like, there's a very good chance that is what happens. Cause holy shit, man! Like, oh, he shot it short. Crazy. Naturally, after playing all those minutes and whatnot, so they were in a little bit of a war just to get over to playing Golden State. So yeah, feel like they've kind of arrived. I don't know. I feel like they kind of arrived early, but like, kind of like not. Like they're kind of on time. Like when they made the conference finals against LeBron and the Cavs a few years back in 2018, that was definitely like a bit early with the core group of guys that they have. Which I guess nowadays is only Marcus Smart, Tatum, and Brown. Jaylen Brown, to his credit, has played very well in these finals, so like give him props. But and like throughout the playoffs as well too. Come up clutch on some big games. But yeah, I guess those 3 guys together, they've kind of coalesced and brought their team prominence now, man. You got the defensive player of the year, and then one of like the budding superstars, man. Tatum reminds me of like a T-Mac, man. That dynamic with his um, ability to attack on the wing, pull up for 3, distribute now. He's doing a lot better job of manipulating the game, using his maybe drawing extra defenders so he can distribute a little bit more and understand where the rotations and the double teams are coming. He's very savvy when it comes to that stuff. He's like a little bit of a killer in like the mid post range area too. He's kind of got that little Kobe fadeaway, so he's really good with those kind of nifty skills, along with having the ability to shoot from deep and like super athletic, super young, and willing to put in that effort, man. So he's a fucking a problem for the future, man. Might be him and Giannis battling it out. Him, Giannis, and Embiid for the next few seasons over who's gonna make it out of the East. And then we can't. We'll see about the Heat. They're kind of built with a few different guys, not necessarily one or two leading them. Butler, very very talented. He very much relies on his team. Caps that he's his weaknesses. A little bit more than I guess the other guys that I just mentioned. But yeah, it's a team game, man. You need everybody. So yeah, he won the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP trophy. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for the last couple weeks. Little off court news: Nikola Jokic, this Denver Nuggets big man, is going to sign a supermax deal worth $260 million over 5 years. Very much deserved. Nikola, go enjoy your horses out there in Serbia. And say what's up to my homie Ryan Radusinovic, who's out there right now in Serbia, and he's been traveling the Middle East, or not the Middle East, fucking. What is it? Fucking Eastern Europe. Geography, Jesus. Yeah, I've been traveling in them parts of the world. He was in Montenegro, if I leave a couple of days ago. So yeah, used to be it's one country, now it's two countries. Yes, a lot of political tensions and cultural tensions. You can research yourself, but shout out to homie Ryan. So yeah, Jokic making that money though. Let's see here. We have the Lakers hiring Bucks assistant coach Darvin Ham as their head coach. He just signed a deal. Just did his press conference, I want to say yesterday, and talking about how Russ is still a great player and part of the future of the Lakers. So we'll see what the hell that means. I think that's kind of something you kind of have to say right now. You kind of have to win the trust of the people you have on your roster. And then once that changes, then that changes, right? So like, you kind of have to appease some of those players. But I don't know. I think it might be difficult if all three of those guys come back. You try to run it back the same exact way because I don't know. I feel like having just AD there more kind of smoothing some of the issues that they've had last year, especially defensively, but not everything, you know what I mean? We'll see how he turns up. Put on a lot more extra muscle and weight and bulk this last season compared to the prior. Honestly, kind of had two fluky injuries, but does that play a part in it? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say, man. So yeah, Darvin Ham, good luck. Good luck with that Lakers job. He's under the microscope and gonna be a lot of pressure. Got to replace a coach who won a championship and then barely made the playoffs, and then they didn't make the playoffs. So there you go. See with Frank Vogel, what happens to him? Yeah, championship winning coach. Crazy. Not like you just can't coach overnight, right? So defensive coach, and they gave him an offensive kind of roster. So, I don't know. Is it his fault necessarily? I don't know. But that's the way of the world there in the NBA. So they gotta blame somebody, change something. So Sir Darvin Ham, there you go. All right. Took him a while to find out. Let's see. Quinn Snyder is stepping down from his job with the Jazz as head coach. Looks like he says he's going to try to take a year off, maybe go back into coaching search next season. He said that they needed a new voice, a new leader in the locker room. Stick around. Apparently, ownership really wanted to keep him. Tried to beg him to make him stay, but Man was like, "Nah, I'm out of here. You guys figure this shit out. I don't want to deal with this whole Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Should they be together? Should they not be together? Whole bullshit." So he's out of there. So yeah, don't know what's gonna happen. Who they're gonna hire at this point because it's a little late into the game. A lot of the teams that like wanted to change head coaches who have been um, either eliminated early in the playoffs or just missed the playoffs altogether. They've already kind of like made decisions on new hires, so the pool out there is not as big. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Utah Jazz. Haven't had many head coaches in recent years. I mean, Quinn was there for like what 5 or 6 seasons, and um, Jerry Sloan was there for fucking ever. I want to say they had um. So anyway, wild. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. CJ McCollum of the Pelicans is going to join ESPN as an NBA analyst. We'll see how interactive that's going to be. We'll see if he's just going to do like Zoom hits in the morning time from his hotel rooms on travel days or whatever, or what that entails. But yeah, it's just a big trend now where we got these active players wanting to also be a part of the media and dip their toes into that world in that realm. Um, Dude, you see the big old contracts they get from some of these companies, and I mean, why not, right? Why the fuck not? So I'm not sure if it was reported how much he's gonna be making or how much work he's gonna be doing. So there have been guys who've done certain things in the past. I know Greg Olson was doing certain things with the NFL. Josh Norman as well was doing little pieces on his off days. The NBA is like a little bit more of a grind, so I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Oh, they come to New York. I'm sure he's gonna stop by the studio in the morning, do all the morning shows, all that stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Speaking of making moves off the court, LeBron becomes the first active NBA player to get $1 billion net worth. But yeah, that's active. So he's the second NBA player or ex NBA player after Michael Jordan. So yeah, congrats to LeBron. A lot of his money obviously is made in salary, but majority has been made in his sneaker endorsement, other off the court endorsements, well as his investments in his like Spring Hill Media company. I mean, they're making productions all the time in Hollywood, so he's making inroads there. He's got him and Maverick Carter got that agency going on, Clutch Sports. So I mean, the dude's in a lot of different avenues, just making bread. So yeah, shout out to LeBron. Hope you're enjoying your extended vacation this off season. I'm not sure when's the last time you were able to enjoy it like this. Probably not enjoying it because he's not playing. But hey, you know what I mean. Uh, Speaking of billionaires, apparently Phil Knight, current billionaire owner of Nike, apparently has made bids towards buying the Portland Trailblazers, NBA franchise there. Huge basketball market there in Portland. They love the Blazers there. There's a one sport town, and that's Nike's headquarters there up in Oregon. Yeah, I think that's kind of a natural fit. You would say. I think he had a $2 billion bid that he had, um, asked the owners to entertain the current owners, and they decided that they're not willing to sell the team yet, or at least I guess ever. But we'll see if that changes. Um, the previous owner was Paul G. Allen, who was one of the executives at Microsoft, another billionaire, crazy, who passed away a few years ago. So it's his trust now that is running the team. I believe they're also running the Seattle Seahawks organization still, as well, because he owned both those franchises up in the Northwest. So we'll see if that changes. A lot of money, man. It's a lot of money coming your way, but I mean, there's a lot of pride to be owning an NBA franchise. So as a trust, I'm not sure. Like, it's just like one or two people that are designated for you to be like operating and like showing up to like the ownership meetings and stuff like that, or is it the change? Is it like you got this meeting this time, a person next time, or whatever? Or huh? Yeah, so it was Phil Knight and then Dodgers co-owner Alan Smolinski who was part of that, which is crazy because there was another Dodgers co-owner, I think Tim DeBowie, his name, who is now owner of the Chelsea Football Club. So like all these fucking Dodgers owners have like crazy money. Dude, they spend so much on their team as well. Magic's part of that ownership group as well too. So it's like fucking, dude, money's just there's just money knows other money, right? You know, crazy. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Go to NFL news. Bam, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Bit. Colin Kaepernick in the news. Apparently, he was granted a opportunity to work out with the Raiders, the Vegas Raiders, on March 25th. So yeah, about a week and a half ago, I guess, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. No deal apparently is in sight. I just saw like an update that happened a couple hours ago that apparently Carr would be open to having him. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? The quarterback depth chart right now for the Raiders, I mean, it's not the strongest behind him. Mariota went and left and now on the Falcons. So I wanna say they have Nathan Peterman, who was like I saw him in the preseason. He's like not as bad as you last remembered him when he was playing in Buffalo. Let me just say that. But yeah, not necessarily the talented guy, I guess. I don't know. So Kaepernick, I think, could possibly fit in there, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? They're gonna give a chance on an older quarterback like that. It's just like as time moves on, it just becomes that much harder. I feel like, but maybe less so in the public eye in terms of the backlash you might get for signing a dude like that. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe the team's looking to get another image for the shit show that happened with Gruden and how he left the team and what's going on with fucking Ruggs and Arnett, dude. Fucking yeah, we don't gotta talk about that no more. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happens. More off the field news. Aaron Donald, the best player in the game. I'll say it right now. Quarterback or non-quarterback, the most dominant player. Just got himself a big raise and a well-deserved raise. He is now the most highest-paid player, non-quarterback in the NFL. New contract that he just got. It makes him a very rich man at $95 million over 3 years. It is a $40 million raise over his previous contract over the life of that deal, and he's got $65 million guaranteed for the first 2 years over those first 2 years. So, congratulations, sir! You earned it. You did it. Coming off a Super Bowl win and all that stuff. So it's like that's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Um, he was threatening to possibly retire this offseason. He's like, I've already earned it. I've already done enough, man. I mean, you want me to play here? Like, you gotta pay me like the best dude. And the Rams were like, yeah, we could do that. That's fine. You got it, bro. You got it, big boy. You're fucking led our team to a Super Bowl. You deserve this. So, bing, here, take all this cash. But yeah, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. So, congratulations, Aaron Donald. Get that bag, son. Get that bag. Speaking of getting that bag, we have Cleveland Browns signed David Njoku on a 4-year, $56.75 million extension with $28 million guaranteed. Congratulations, David. I feel like he's kind of like won the war in those battles between those other tight ends he had on the depth chart. And it was Austin Hooper and a couple other guys they would bring in. I feel like he's always just been like the second or third tight end on the depth chart for the last like 4 years since he's coming to the NFL. But yeah, David Njoku signing himself a long-term contract there for Cleveland. Is he going to catch passes from Deshaun Watson? If you read those latest allegations, maybe not. Seeming kind of dicey. Maybe Baker. Probably not Baker, but hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Nick Foles reuniting with head coach with the Colts. Okay. Break. Why can't I think of this? Frank Reich. Frank. I want to say he was the offensive coordinator of the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. He was the backup. Came in and led the team all the way. So yeah, he's signing with the Colts on a 2-year deal. So he's going to be the backup to Matty Ice, Matt Ryan apparently. So yeah, why not one veteran white quarterback? Let's get two. All right. Let's see here. Ryan Fitzpatrick retiring after 17 long seasons in the NFL. He was a complete journeyman, testament to his moxie and his effort and whatnot. He survived 9 different teams, 17 seasons, 9 teams. That's a testament to him, man. I remember even later, deep into his career, he was still out there gunslinging it, man. Those years he had with the Jets or something, I still will never forget in like a bad way the fact that he completed that damn pass against the Raiders when he was on the Dolphins a couple years ago. That was insane. That still blows my mind that he made that catch along the sideline. Anyway, fucking insane. They should not have lost that game. Just certain things you just man, now I'm upset. But yeah, Fitzy had some years with throwing bombs over there in Tampa as well. I know he played in Buffalo. St. Louis Rams, that's how long he was in the NFL. His fucking team had not even left Missouri yet. So yeah, apparently he's moving over to the broadcast booth. Is going to help Amazon on their Thursday Night Football broadcast. I don't know if he's going to be doing. He's probably going to be doing analyst work at the desk versus in the booth. But we'll see. We'll see where the hell they use him. We'll see. Hopefully he keeps that long, luxurious beard and keeps stunting on fools with Deshaun Jackson's chains. Because that was a crazy press conference moment. That was hilarious. Let's see what else going on. Arizona Cardinals going to be featured on the second season of Hard Knocks, in season edition. Colts were on that last year. I think they have it on Amazon Prime. I didn't watch it, so I don't know how it was, but kind of invasive. We'll see. We'll see. Cliff Kingsbury relationship with Kyler Murray. I know there was like a lot of talk about how that was like a little bit of friction going on, so we'll see how that happens. See how they do. What else going on? Apparently, NFL is considering eliminating the Pro Bowl game. Apparently, trying to other shit because nobody watches it, and none of the players really give a shit about putting an effort. So it's like, why do this again? Why fucking beat a dead horse? Let's try to do something different. So yeah, maybe they. I don't know. We're talking about Thursday Night Football. Apparently, Amazon's eyeing Pat McAfee, for an alternate broadcast of Thursday Night Football, which would be fucking dope. But this dude's a busy dude, and I don't know if it fits the schedule. It would be sick. I'm sure he would demand a lot of money to do that shit and a lot of like perks, as he's done in the past when he was traveled to all the colleges and whatnot for ESPN when he was working for doing that shit. Yeah, get your money, Pat, man. Pat Mac, that shit. Hammer down, get that champion, be a champion. So yeah, see what happens there. Thursday Night Football, man. Amazon, they got that buku bucks, man. They got them Bezos dollars, man. Crazy. Bezos pesos. What they got there. Crazy shit. The John Madden back on the cover of Madden 23. May he rest in peace. Rest his soul. Legend, well deserved. I think it's cool. I think everybody in the NFL, they know what's up. They're not complaining. There'll be New Year's. You can have that shit. It's first time he's been on the cover since they had like a coach's edition. I want to say back in like 06, like the Xbox. So yeah, that was a thing. That was the whole thing. But yeah, let me see what else going on. Some sad news off the field, or actually, this is kind of good, kind of better news, but it's like legal shit. So we were talking about this last time, but Jerry Jeudy, he had his charges dismissed after he got arrested over some dispute that he had with his girlfriend, his baby mama. Apparently, his baby mama had his phone, so he locked her wallet and his child's items in his car, and so she called the police, being like, "Hey, can you like keep an eye on this?" And then the police came and were like, all right, well, we're just going to arrest him. And she was like, whoa, wait, chill. I didn't want that shit. And they were like, no. We're going to arrest him anyway. So yeah, apparently they're cool now about it. They've settled their differences, I guess. Hopefully all the best, wish all the best of them. But like, yeah, that was, when you read the first headline, you're like, oh shit, that don't look that great. But then you read the details, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And it's, people have differences. It happens. People get petty, it happens. Sad news that one. Unfortunately, Arizona Cardinals Jeff Gladney passed away in a car accident at the age of 25. He's a former cornerback at TCU. He was selected 31st by the Vikings overall in 2020, and I want to say last season missed it because of injury. He was gonna try to play this year with the Cardinals, and unfortunately passed away. So may he rest in peace. Also, former Dallas Cowboy running back Marion Barber was found dead in his apartment by Frisco, Texas police on Wednesday, June 1st, so a week ago. That was a sad situation as well. So may both of them rest in peace, man. That was unfortunate news to read on both their accounts. So yeah, crazy stuff. As we switch over to world football, I'm not sure if you guys saw this. It's hard to transition off of that, but like, man, craziness happening at the Champions League final that took place in Paris, which it was rescheduled, and the location was changed because it was supposed to be in St. Petersburg, but we all know fucking Russia ain't playing nice right now, so they're like, all right, nah, we're doing it elsewhere. So yeah, it was in Paris, and unfortunately there was problems for a lot of the fans getting into the arena, into the stadium. There was apparently a lot of issues with Liverpool fans. There were issues with the crowd, the security controlling the crowds, and there was the people getting funneled and pushed together, and there was tear gas used and to disperse people. And apparently there was locals who were like robbing some of the people who had arrived there, both from Spain and from England and from anywhere else, as they left the game too. There were a bunch of apparently fake tickets that had been created on the Liverpool side because they had decided to use physical tickets to print out to the 20,000 fans that they had available. There was an extra 40 to 45,000 Liverpool fans that had traveled to Paris. So there was a lot of fans that didn't have tickets. That some of them were trying to jump the gates and get in there. A lot of people got arrested. So it was chaos, and they had to delay the start of the match by like over 30 minutes. So it was kind of crazy. As we were watching it, and I was reading the news, and I'm looking at the video footage, and I'm like, oh shit, this is not cool, considering that like Liverpool's got a bad history of overcrowding. I know there was that Brentford disaster where there was a lot of people who ended up getting trampled and ended up having serious injuries and eventually passed away. A lot of, almost 90 people, man. It was crazy. So that was tragic. But yeah, I'm sure there was some people who had memories of that, and they were getting flashbacks. I read one interview of a person who mentioned that specifically. So it was fucking wild scenes out there, bro. That shit is crazy. And that's completely outside of like what actually happened inside the stadium. So like there was some people who didn't get to see big chunks of that first half, even despite the delay. So like mostly on the Liverpool side. So it was crazy, and it looked like they had like a lot of the entrances gated off, and they were trying to funnel people to certain entryways. But like that just created just everybody funneling in, just thousands of people. So they apparently didn't have the manpower to check enough people as they should have. But yeah, apparently it was a shit show. So everybody's doing investigations into it now. I know I was like people were questioning France and Paris specifically about their abilities to host big events now, because apparently they got the Rugby World Cup going on later at that same stadium. They got the Olympics coming up in a couple years there in France. So it's like Paris. So it's like everybody's like, damn, what the fuck? We need to get our shit together. And but there was also a lot of finger pointing. There's like a lot of the Liverpool fans got blamed for the issues. Liverpool and like a lot of the English government representatives and stuff have been pointing the finger back at French and city of Paris and UEFA, and even people representatives for Real Madrid were upset too because some of their fans got mugged leaving the stadium as well, and some of them had issues getting in it also. Um, there were people who had there was like 2,000 people who didn't get into the stadium because of the issue. Those people are apparently going to get refunded some money, but like I mean, shit, you missed the fucking final, man. It's a moment you got to try to be there for. I know Andy Robertson. He had said that he had a friend of his who had a like legit ticket get denied it at the gate because they said he had a fake one. Probably happened is somebody copied his ticket and scanned in and nullified his ticket or whatever, and probably was like the seats he was supposed to be assigned to. So yeah, craziness all around, man. Crazy shit. So what happened in the match is like I think like very secondary to like all that craziness. But it's humanity first, man, right? But fucking Real Madrid ended up getting the victory 1-0. Vinicius Jr. scored the only goal of the match in the second half, and it was a pretty tense final. Madrid was able to play defensively and just kind of not necessarily park the bus, but they definitely were able to hold off Liverpool down the stretch because they were pressing and pressing, brought in a lot of attackers, and were trying to like pick apart the defense and weren't able to do so. So congrats to Real Madrid. A la Madrid, they won their 14th European Cup championship, which is a record at the moment. Liverpool, I want to say second. They have 6 still. I think they're about to get 7. So, yeah, man, crazy stuff. Liverpool had a hell of a season, despite the fact that they did not win the Champions League. They came one match short of winning that. And unfortunately, they did not win the Premier League, which they also were like 1 match short, which is fucking insane considering that they only lost 2 times in the whole season. In the whole season, they only lost twice. So Manchester City had that epic of a season, and they matched them all the way through. So they were able to beat them, I want to say, by like 1 point, 1 or 2 points. It was crazy. Beat them on the final day, and they had to come back against Aston Villa. They were down 2-0. And they had to come back and get the victory. And they scored 3 goals in like 6 or 7 minutes. And it was just like bang, 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 like right in a row. And you're like, wow, is this fucking happening? Liverpool was they were in a match as well too. They had to come back down 1-0. So it was crazy all around. You're just like, sheesh, man. So Liverpool, I want to say they ended up winning like 3-1 that match. But yeah, it's crazy. Aston Villa almost did it, man. They almost did it. They came very close, but can't do, no can. And City won the Premier League. Mohamed Salah and Heung-min Son share the Golden Boot award. Got 23 goals on the season. Congrats to both. I want to say Salah got the whatever award it is for most of this. I believe so. Anyway, it looks like Liverpool's roster might be a little bit different next season. We got Divock Origi, who is already going to go over to AC Milan. But another striker, Sadio Mane, has expressed his interest in joining Bayern Munich. Apparently, there might be some moving pieces going around now because Robert Lewandowski says that he wants to move on and go to another squad. He hasn't said specifically which one, but I think all arrows point to Barcelona. So it looks like he wants to go to the Catalan club and play for them. We'll see how that looks for the financial fair play situation, considering Barcelona says that they're fucking broke and have been for the last couple seasons. So, I mean, that's the reason they can keep Messi. So, I don't know. We'll see how that happens and what goes down. So, yeah, it looks like you want to go out there. So that means more striking options available to join the Bavarian club. We'll see. We'll see if Mane goes over there, but he's already expressed his interest to go. Bayern, they want to keep Lewandowski, so it's his decision. He says he wants to go, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Liverpool confirmed the signing of Fulham forward Fabio Carvalho. So it looks like, yeah, they'll have young guys in the wings ready to come up for the next few seasons. Jota, Luis Diaz are still really young as well. I mean, the young guys, Konate, like You got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson who are going to be there. Knock on injury for a while as well. Yeah, and then they got some of the guys who are getting a little older. We'll see what happens with Salah. I think he's going to play out this contract and figure out what's going to happen the year after. Hopefully they can keep him. Sadio leaves, that wouldn't be sad. Bobby Firmino possibly too. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, he's kind of changed his role in the last season and a half. So we'll see. Yeah, a lot of craziness going on. Kylian Mbappe, he's decided he does not want to go to Real Madrid, and he decided he was re-up. He signed a new contract with PSG for 3 years. Gonna be making a buku bucks as well, or more oil money over there in Paris. So yeah, he's sticking around there. Still very crowded roster there with him, Neymar, and Messi, and Angel Di Maria, and Mauro Icardi, and like et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see what happens with PSG. See if they disappoint again in the Champions League. Yeah, I'm sure that's his goal and his dream. Championship, elusive championship to French capital. We'll see what happens. He's already brought the Euros World Cup. What did they get? Euros. They got the Euros. No, Italian. No, did they? 2 years ago, I want to say 2 years ago. Yeah, because Italy got the most recent one, and the World Cup. Who won the last World? Jesus Christ, who won the last? Yeah, it was France. It was France 2018. Still, only team ever to play in every tournament. Crazy. 2018. Yeah, I guess you're right. All right. What happens? My motherfucking phone. Get distracted. All right. Yeah. Let's. All right. So that's Mbappe. All right. So a couple more news. So yeah, Leeds signed American midfielder Brendan Harrison for reported $28 million fee. Another American going abroad. What up? What up? What up? Leeds still in the Prem. They are barely managed to hold on, but they survived. I want to say they were in the relegation zone and were scheduled to be relegated all the way up until like a couple weeks before the season. So congrats to Leeds for making it, surviving. And yeah, hopefully Brendan Harrison can show out. England do a good job there. The Premier League approves the Chelsea takeover. UK government is finalizing the sale of the Dodgers co-owner Todd Bowley for $5.3 billion from Roman Abramovich, which is a lot of money. But Chelsea Football Club, the way that Abramovich had run it, they were worth quite a bit, man. That dude spared no expense to try to make sure they competed, man, because they were always in that top four conversation for a long stretch, and that club didn't have necessarily as prominent a history going into his ownership group. But man, the Drogba eras, the Lampard era, like that whole run that they had, the Pederson in goal era, the Ashley Cole, all them good players that they had for that long stretch. Yeah, man, they've been doing their thing. So looks like Chelsea can now go out of their out now spend and try to improve the team, and we'll see what Thomas Tuchel's side can then if they move on from Romelu Lukaku, because yeah, it didn't seem like that went too well for them, bringing him in for the second time. So yeah, we'll see if he goes back to Inter Milan or what. Yeah, let's talk about baseball. Let's do that. Anaheim Mayor Harry Sidhu resigns on May the 23rd amid an Angel Stadium corruption scandal. Apparently, he had allegedly given Angels inside information during negotiations of sale of the stadium site to the owner, Artie Moreno. Sidhu was asking for $1 million campaign contribution for the reelection this November. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild. Hey, pay me some money and then I'll help you with getting this land deal done. Like you pat my back, I pat yours, which is like something we hear about in politics happening all the time. Documented, and he had to resign because it's interesting because I feel like some of these politicians say like, "Well, what of it?" and then it's not going anywhere. So sometimes nothing happens. So sometimes they just, I guess it's just a game where they just fuck it. I'm done here, guys. Some wild baseball stories have been going on. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Let's talk about this one right here. Josh Donaldson and Tim Anderson, excuse me. Tim Bradley, good boxer. Tim Anderson on the White Sox and Donaldson now on the Yankees. They had a whole situation go down. Apparently, Donaldson was calling uh, Anderson. I keep forgetting his last name. He's calling Anderson Jackie in reference to um, Jackie Robinson, which was a reference to a quote that apparently Anderson had a few seasons ago, where he said he wants to be the Jackie Robinson of his generation, baseball or whatever. I think he wanted to explain it like in how he played the game. Maybe not necessarily for being like the racial breaking the color barrier and stuff like that. But I mean, representing for his peoples too. That's definitely a part of it, and he showed that shit during the whole Black Lives Matter movement and stuff too. And he's not a guy who is shy to share his point of view at all. So more power to you, Tim. So yeah, he got upset because he was being called Jackie, and he told him not to. Apparently, Donaldson had said that this was like a whole thing that he had mentioned prior in seasons past, and he was joking that he had joked with him about it. And apparently, Tim Anderson told him like, "Hey, we did joke about it, but like, hey," he told him to stop, not do that shit. Took offense to that shit. So then it became a whole ordeal where it's like, all right, is Josh Donaldson racist or whatever? And did he do like was that action racist in what perspective or the other? So yeah, his own coach even came out and was just like, yeah, I wouldn't have said it that way. So he's just like, yeah, I don't know, got like a vote of no confidence. I don't know. So that's kind of wild, but I mean, you decide whatever the fuck you want to in that situation. That was yeah, I don't think Donaldson is like also a guy who's known to be like kind of a dick too, got under people's skin. This is somebody who has like rooted for him in the past too when he used to be in the A's, so he's like not everybody's cup of tea, like by any stretch of the imagination. So I get it if you think negatively of him. Yeah, but that's like a whole nother like level of assholery if you fucking doing racist shit. So like I don't know how I want to take that. I'm not the one to be offended by such a remark. I didn't get sent to me personally, and I'm not a community that can speak on that shit. So I'll let you guys make the decision. But yeah, that shit was wild though. Another altercation that kind of happened here. Shout out to Jock Pederson and Tommy Pham for giving us some good content the last few days. So Tommy Pham of the Cincinnati Reds now used to play on the San Diego Padres last season, and Jock Pederson, who's currently on the San Francisco Giants, last season was on the Atlanta Braves. Last year, were apparently a part of a fantasy football league where there was some controversial shit that went down, and Tommy Pham is upset about this. Months later, they played like a week ago, and Tommy Pham sees Jock in the outfield in the batting practice and warm-ups, comes up to him and then just slaps him right across the face, and you're like,
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
and they got some footage of like very far in the distance, very pixelated. You could see them get into the altercation, and Jock's just like, oh, backs up, and like just like, what the fuck, man? Like doesn't really. Then just like the clip ends, and then like his teammates come in and start like breaking it up. But it was fucking crazy. He was just like, hey man, what the fuck? Bam, and just like that, crazy. So yeah, apparently what happened is there's an issue Tommy Pham had with the way that Jock Pederson was running his team. He said that he had put a player on injured reserve as they were designated out prior to their game on the weekend. And then he had picked up another player to pick up his spot, which is like a typical move that you could do in most leagues, depending on the rules and how it's set up. Normally, that's fine. That's a legal move. You could do that shit. I've done it many a times. But Tommy Pham saw that as hoarding players because apparently in his ESPN league, their rules were set up where you can't do that. So he saw one league and then looked at his league with all these other MLB players and was like, man, what the fuck? Why isn't this the same? That's some bullshit. And I get it, but like, hey, every league's got their own rules. So, I mean, you got to play by it, bro. Apparently, after the situation happens, this fool left the league like in week 5 as like a protest of like, fuck you guys. So it's like, that's an even more of a bitch move, bro. Like, what the fuck, Tommy? Come on, man. I feel like I'm going to name my fantasy football team around Tommy Pham and Jock Pederson. I got to put a note in this about like remembering to do that when we get later in the fall and we get closer to the football season. But yeah, May 28th, that's when the slap happened. Yeah, but like 10 days ago, whatever. So yeah, Tommy Pham got a 3-game ban over this and didn't end up playing against the Giants that whole time. Accepted the ban and he just took that shit. But yeah, apparently Jock Pederson, quote unquote, fucked with my money. That's what he said. So it's damn, bro. Taking this a little serious, a little crazy. Apparently there was a lot of money. There was 10 racks on the entry. And if you finish in last, it's another 10 racks, apparently was like what it said. Now, what's crazy too is like the commissioner of the league apparently was Mike Trout. So they asked him about the whole situation. He's like, I'm not going to talk about this. Like, I shouldn't have been commissioner. Tommy Pham called him a shitty commissioner, said he let shit happen. Also, apparently, Jock Pederson was like sending some like dumb memes in the chat, and that pissed Tommy Pham off because he sent a meme where weightlifters they're like throwing like clearing some weights, and you see there's like 3 of them, 2 of them clear it, and you see it's got a logo of the Giants and a logo of the Dodgers. And then there's a logo of the Padres, and you see one guy, and he's just like fucking falls over and crumbles because that's what happened to the Padres last season. They were trying to make the playoffs, and then they fell apart. So he was making a joke about that shit, and Tommy Pham did not take that shit lightly, son. Come on, man. You gotta have some more. Come on, fam. You gotta have a little bit more of thicker skin than that shit, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You're in your 30s now, too, man. I mean, I know you ain't nobody to be fucked with. I know you've been somebody who survived a stabbing and shit. Like, so you're way more of a badass than I am. But like, come on, man. Like, I know you got literal thick skin, but like, have some figurative thick skin too. Okay, all right. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, man? Oh shit! If I ever do shows in San Diego, I'm gonna go make some Tommy Pham jokes. Oh shit, man. Shout out to Jock Pederson though. He's actually been kind of doing well. He had a 3-homer game a couple weeks ago. First since Pablo Sandoval versus Tigers in game. I put game Q, so that means I fucking fat finger this. Q is next to game 1. So yeah, I think that was game 1 of the 2012 World Series. I could look it up, but I'm not gonna. He had 8 RBIs, which tied a Giants record with Orlando Cepeda, Willie Mays, and Brandon Crawford. That's fucking epic, bro. Those are fucking gonna be future Hall of Famers. Shout out to B Craw. I think you're making it, bro. I'm calling it. If you do not make it, it is travesty. 3 rings. 3 rings. That's all I gotta say. 3 rings. Him, Posey, fucking Bochy, put them all in. Put them all in. Put Bumgarner in that shit too at the end, man. Give a fuck. Brian Wilson, I don't give a shit. Throw them all in there, man. Sergio Romo, I don't care. Fucking Jeremy Affeldt. Wild shit. Anyway, so yeah. He hit his game tying 3-run home run. Dude, that game was crazy. Oh yeah, so that was versus the Mets on May 24th. The Giants were up 8-2 in the 5th. The Mets score 7 in the 8th to go up 11-8. That's so many. Jock hits a game tying 3-run home run. The Mets score 1 time in the top of the 9th to send it into extras. And then Jock gets his game tying RBI. And Crawford hits a game winner. Excuse me, that was in the bottom of the 9th. But yeah, just got into the 9th inning, didn't go to extras. But yeah, the Mets scored at the top of the 9th, and then they retook the lead. Jock got the game tying hit, and then B Craw won it. So yeah, there you go. Fucking crazy game. It was an epic game. But yeah, Jock Pederson's got fireworks going on and off the field, apparently. Woo, crazy shit. All right. What else going on? With the Giants. Oh, yeah, there was a controversy or some political shit because Gabe Kapler was not taking the field for the national anthem after the shooting that happened in Uvalde, Texas. I don't know if you guys saw that. We'll talk a little bit about it later. It's very sad, tragic. 2 days later, there was Memorial Day, and he decided he was going to go actually and stand and take the field for the national anthem because he didn't want to protest and take the attention away from all of the people who've lost their lives. Obviously, Memorial Day in commemoration of all the different wars and skirmishes that have happened across the world from U.S. military, specifically this holiday or that just passed. So, yeah, he was just like, all right, I'll be out there for that. But I haven't checked. I haven't seen if he's still protesting or not because he wanted to do that for gun violence and all that stuff. Very admirable. We'll see if anything happens about that. And he's in a good place, a good market that is willing to accept people who are like protesting a little bit. Although, I mean, Niner fans are still there's some Niner fans that are really Kaepernick. I'll say that. Let's just say that. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So he was a former Phillies manager, and it looks like the Phillies have another former manager in Joe Girardi because he has been let go. He got let go after a 22-29 start. Another firing that happened today. I know Joe Madden got fired from the Angels after their team had a 12-game losing streak. Phil Nemben's named the interim manager for that squad. So we'll see how those teams do. We'll see how they do. White Sox has DFA'd former Cy Young winner Dallas Keuchel. As he was nearing the end of his 3-year, $55.5 million deal that he had signed a few years ago. He is owed $18 million for the rest of the season, and he had a 7.88 ERA over his first 8 starts. So not the hottest start there for Dallas Keuchel. Looked like his production really fell off after he left Houston. So yeah, what the fuck do the Astros know that we don't know, man? Crazy. I don't know. They got a ridiculous front office, I guess. I don't know. Coaching staff, they got their players like peaking at the right time. Like they're really good at that shit, man. Wild stuff. Let's see here. Gotta cruise through some of these as we're getting a little long on this podcast. Let's go over to the world of the fight game. Say fuck it. Couple fights happened recently of intrigue. Tank Davis defended his WBA lightweight title with the 6-round TKO of Rolly Romero. That was very they were very brash and talking shit amongst each other in the lead up to the fight. Had a little dust up at like one of the ceremonial weigh-ins, the press conferences where they Rolly pushed Tank off a stage and they got into a little altercation. So there's a good clip of that happened that they put up online of Romero's corner talking shit in the middle of the fight, like about Davis. Like, he ain't got it. Like, don't pressure him. Do this. And Tank in the middle of the fight is like keeping his distance with the jab. Romero's got was trying to keep some power and keep attacking with the power shots. And Davis is like doing a good job of controlling him and keeping the distance. At one point in the fight, he hears him talking. He looks at the corner. He's like, "Yo, shut the fuck up!" Like, shut the fuck up. He says it to him a couple times, and then a couple minutes later, Romero tries to throw an overhand right, and Tank just catches him with a counter left, and it just fucking floored the guy. He fucking lost his balance, his equilibrium, fell into the ropes, and was barely holding on, and was stumbling around, tried to get up, and the ref looked at the ref. And the ref saw him wobbly and was just like, "Nah, son, it's over. We're done here," and called the fight in the 6th. So Tank, his credit, man, that dude he got great timing. He slipped that punch and came bam over the top with the fucking haymaker at the left, man, and it was perfect timing there. So yeah, shout out to Tank Davis getting that victory. A couple other fights that happened. Devin Haney dominates George Kambosos Jr. Become the undisputed lightweight champion just this weekend. hands him his first loss. Cambosos, I think, goes to 20-1 now, record overall. And Devin Haney's now is the first undisputed champ since Pernell Whitaker in 1990. He has the all 4 belts. I think Pernell only had 3 belts at that time. So WBA, WBC, IBF, and let's see, major boxing belts. Boxing. Here. WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO. That's it. All right. So yeah, he's got all 4 of those. And then there's the ring title too, which is like not, it's unofficial. Ding ding ding. All right. So yeah, looks like he's got all 4 of them bitches. So yeah, congrats to Devin Haney. Congrats, man. We'll see who he fights next. I think there's some potentials to fight Lomachenko. I know. What's his name? Trying to get back in there. God damn it. What's his name? Versus Teofimo Lopez. Tio Lopez. I always forget his fucking name. Jesus, Tio. Teofimo. Yeah, we'll see if he gets back into the ring and does his thing, because I know that last performance was pretty disappointing. Yeah, we got some options down in those weight classes. Let's see what else is going on. Canelo Golovkin 3 is gonna happen September 17th. So buckle up. This is only the second time that Canelo Alvarez is coming off a loss, so we'll see how that he takes that out on Triple G. A little bit better. It's a little bit more of his range, his weight class. To be fighting a guy that size than it was for Bivol, because Bivol was a big boy, man. He had distinct size advantage against Canelo. You can tell out there, but we'll see. September 17th, so I think it's gonna be Vegas. We'll see what happens. Another bout going on. Ryan Garcia, Javier Fortuna gonna fight on July 16th at Crypto.com Arena. This was originally scheduled last year, but then Garcia had to withdraw. He had like issues. He said he was going to focus on his mental health. Going through some shit at the time. I know he changed the gyms and has like now done his own thing. I think he's got a different trainer now. Yeah, I know he was under Eddie Reynoso, who's Canelo's trainer. Previously he had trained with him for a few years, but yeah, now he's doing his own thing and back. And I don't know what's going on, bro. What's up with these tattoos, man? I don't know. I'm gonna fucking start roasting your fucking tattoos, man. Because like last fight I saw, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck. Some of these look kind of funky, but whatever, man. You do you. Kiki. What else going on? What else going on? Let's see. Spence and Crawford apparently are nearing the deal to fight in October for the undisputed welterweight title at 147. So that would be a terrific fight. If that happens, I'm definitely tuning into that one. That'll be a very, very good action fight, because these two dudes have been kind of like eyeing each other for the last like 3 years of just like, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? This dude thinks he's the shit. This dude thinks he's the shit. So we'll see if Spence or Bud Crawford ends up coming out on top, man. I really think that'll be a very terrific fight. Whoever wins that is gonna cement their legacy pretty much forever as like they're the best two in their fucking weight class in your era, right? So till that happens, we don't know. On the women's side, we got Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. They're gonna fight in September for the undisputed middleweight belts. Be London or Newcastle. They're still deciding where that's gonna be. Clarissa Shields, she's a fucking badass, man. I don't know if you've seen her fight, man. She's crazy good. UFC news. We got Robert Whitaker, Marvin Vettori rescheduled for UFC Fight Night in Paris on September 3rd. It was supposed to happen June 11th at UFC 275, but it looks like Whitaker suffered an injury during his training. That card is also going to be headlined by Cyril Gane and Tai Tuivasa. Heavyweight fight. Ooh, boy, that's going to be a good one. That should be a good one. Bam Bam and Cyril. Cyril trying to come off that loss that he had to Francis for the heavyweight belt earlier this year. So we'll see what happens. Another promotion. We got ONE FC booking Adriano Moraes versus Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. They're having a rematch August 26th in Singapore. This is Mighty Mouse. I want to say is his last defeat that he had in ONE FC. But yeah, it'll be the rematch, and we'll see if Mighty Mouse can come out on top after he had that mixed rules fight with Rod Tang, where he was all stand up, and then it was mixed. It was kickboxing round 1, MMA round 2, and then back to kickboxing, and then back to MMA. But it never made it past round 2. Mighty Mouse was able to survive, and then he was able to take him down and beat the shit out of him. So that Rod Tang guy, very talented fighter in his own right. But yeah, that's all of your news for sports that I want to talk about. But yeah, what else is there? What else is there? All right, unfortunate, sad news. I gotta mention. We talked about it earlier, but there was a shooting that happened in Uvalde, Texas. 19 students, 2 teachers, barely killed in an elementary school shooting. 18-year-old shooter was also killed. It occurred at Robb Elementary School, 90 minutes east of San Antonio's. This is 10 years after the Sandy Hook shooting, so it's just tragic reminder that even children are vulnerable to gun violence, and it is very sad and very tragic. And it was a devastating thing, and it was I think the timing was apropos that the NRA held a gun convention in the city of Houston, in that state, the weekend after that whole shooting and massacre happened, which is just crazy. So it just poured gasoline onto the political fire of the gun debate that's going on in this country. And if you haven't already, I'd suggest go checking out Channel 5 News on YouTube. They put up a pretty good video. Shout out to Andrew Callahan. He put up a good one where he's talking about to the people. You get a good idea of like what the vibe is and the conflict and the discussion. And it seemed at a certain point he was able to kind of get both sides to kind of like rationalize a little bit in terms of where they stand politically. But it's just such a heated and controversial debate that it's kind of taken on its life of its own now. So it's pretty wild. And these fucking cops, bro, like what the fuck, man? So apparently the cops were standing ground and didn't want to enter the school and face the line of fire with this apparent 18-year-old student who like had purchased the guns legally just I think weeks before. I know his grandma had said, or his mom had said that like he needed to chill out and shit like that, and didn't end up happening, man. So that's sad, very sad, tragic. But the local cops apparently didn't do shit. Apparently the local SWAT team apparently didn't shit. There was a off-duty police officer, I think I want to say, who actually went in and disobeyed the orders from the police and exchanged fire and was able to take out that kid. It's fucking tragic, man. This is like, and there was some other shootings that have happened since then too. I think Wisconsin, there was a couple others. So it's like there's been a string of them. Crazy. I feel like it's just another day in America, man. So like I don't know. It's just kind of accepted this. I know there's people who are pissed off, but like till shit happens, till shit changes. That's kind of like a reflection of what we value in our society and what we give a fuck. So we don't really care, I guess, about like helping people's mental health or protecting others by like making sure that people with access to heavy firearms are in the right frame of mind. You know what I'm saying? Background checks going on. I don't know. I'm not looking into every single law for every single state. I know it's a difference. There's differences and it varies. So I mean, I don't want to get into the minutia of that shit, but like, man, we want to prevent some stuff like this. Something's got to change on one front or the other, or both. Probably both, because I don't know. The changes that both sides suggest, I think, can be incorporated. So I don't understand why it doesn't happen. Other than the fact that there's so much pressure from the NRA, it's a unique situation in this country. It's fucking wild, but sad that like more people still getting gunned down, man. Fucking tragic. I get the whole arguments about like defending yourself about the tyrannical government, but like you got AKs and ARs and they got nukes and tanks. So like, if it really came down to it, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Wild shit. Yeah, they got drones. They can blow you up from the other side of the world. You can be on a fucking space station ISS and shit and blow you up. I'm sure if they Really came down to it, man. Go up on a Blue Origin flight and just fucking hit that red button. I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy, man. All right. Um, Another tragic news. Um, Sad to say. Son of DJ Quick and liaison to the Compton councilman David Blake Jr. Uh, was arrested on suspicion of murder of Julio Cardoza that took place in Downey on May the 25th. So yeah, son of DJ Quick is some big doo doo legally. So yeah, very very typical, or not typical, a very tragic situation there. Somebody's life got taken, but should be going down in Compton, man. It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild out here. What's going on, Loose Leaf? How we doing? Well, Valec's still here. How you doing? How you doing, man? Yeah, man. I don't know. DJ Quick's son though was doing dirt like that, man. Wild, wild shit. So Compton be crazy, man. Compton be crazy. What else going on? Got to say, rest in peace to Ray Liotta, the very talented actor, passed away at the age of 67. May the 26th. Yeah, man. Goodfellas. Crazy good movie. Got some other prominent roles, but like, god damn it, man. That fucking movie, fucking classic. Oh my god, one of the best. One of the best. And he killed his role, man. I really, really do enjoy that piece of film and art. That was a hell of a movie, man. So R.I.P. to Ray Liotta, man. That was 67. That's in that wheelhouse, I guess, but sucks to see. I know he was doing a lot of like TV work later years. Yeah, pretty sure those shows were in syndication, so hopefully family and his state can keep getting those up and moving. So yeah, condolences to his family, all that stuff. But yeah, I gotta rewatch that Goodfellas. I haven't seen it in a few years. Gotta watch it again. Um, all right. Speaking of watching shit, I've been watching a ton of stand up comedy recently. Really been trying to like, we get inspired by a lot of the pros and a lot of the guys, the veterans, and people who are ahead of me in the game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been taking notes. I've been studying. I've been doing a little bit of uh, I guess a little research there. But yeah, man, there's been a lot of new specials. Some of them getting some traction. Some of them getting some publicity online. Some getting some hot shit. Let's just start off and just talk about that Ricky Gervais special that was going down. It's called Supernature, I want to say, and yeah, he pissed off the trans community a lot in the beginning of that shit. Now, um, yeah, man. Uh, Look, I will defend the right for any comic to say what he wants to say, but if he wants to talk about certain topics, then he opens himself to that backlash if he so chooses. Now, having said that, he preferences a lot of his jokes and his material by saying that, look, I am speaking and I'm saying ridiculous shit because it is an irony. And people are laughing because it is so ridiculous. And he talks about a lot of different other topics that are pretty crazy. I mean, he talks about baby Hitler and he talks about killing them. And he talks about fucking rape and incest. And he talks about other shit that is fucking pretty out there. And so Jester's privilege. Yeah, you know what's up, bro. You know Valix. So I get it, bro. Like I get it. So I mean, he opens himself up to that shit. So I mean, if you want to be critical of him, go for it. I have no problem if you're upset by the things that he said. I have less of a problem if you have upset. Let's say I have less of a problem if you're upset with Ricky Gervais said versus what Chappelle said, because I feel like more of what the backlash of his shit was like people who didn't watch the special and actually listen to his jokes. I listen to Ricky Gervais' jokes and I'm like, all right, it's humorous, but I can see where people would be pissed off. So like, I get it. All right? So I fucking get it. But yeah, trans community not very happy right now. All right, get yourself a pride donut, all right, and chill out, man. You guys missed it earlier. My Baskin Robbins talk, or I don't know if you saw my Instagram story today, but yeah. Get you that Dunkin' Donuts Pride donut sprinkled. Anyway, got put up the rainbow, Drew. Put up. Yeah. There was a lot of other specials that came out that I was. Oh yeah, big shout out to that Bill Burr presents comedy special that dropped on Netflix a couple days ago. Got to see it today, and I'm pretty sure I saw myself in the audience, or I was be able to spot myself. I think they did a couple tapings, and 95% certain that like most of the material that they showed on the special were at my taping because I remember all the little things that happened. Yo, Michelle Wolf, oh my god, she killed it. I think they cut Dean Del Rey's set out of the show. But besides that, and they cut some of the bump and mics with the Dave Attell and Jeff Ross bits, which were pretty funny, where they were roasting the crowd a bit. They that, but the rest of it looked like they kept most of it. It was an interesting taping because it was at the Hollywood Palladium, and that's not necessarily a venue that's set up for comedy per se. So I'm not sure if the laughs like reverberated through the audience, and I think it kind of translates that to that a little bit on screen, where like the laughs are like instead of being it builds and all that shit. It's kind of like it didn't hit as hard as it would, I think, in a comedy club. But like I enjoyed everyone's performances, and I thought they did well. So yeah, man, it looked like Dean Del Rey didn't make the cut though, but Joe Bartnick did. It looked like he made it, so he was in there. Josh Adam Myers, we talked about this. Ronnie Chang sang "Teenage Dream" by Katy Perry at the end of the special. That's a cool surprise there. But let's see what else happened. Jessica Kirson, oh my god, she kills me with the voices that she did in her set there. Steph Tolev, oh my god, she was just a bat out of hell coming out on stage. Oh my, she brought that energy, she brought that shit. That was fucking epic. That was dope. But she did awesome. Jimmy Carr brought that same dark humor energy. It was pretty good. Yeah. Ian Edwards, he also killed it. I thought he did well. Which is funny because he like piggybacked off of something that Jimmy Carr said too. He went up later, which was pretty funny. But yeah, man, I thought that was pretty good. Maybe the location of the taping could have been like a little bit better from the audience participation wise, but I thought everybody did. That just came out. A couple other specials just came out. Krista Stefano, Speshy Weshy, that one he put up on Netflix. He was able to get that big bag. So shout out to Chrissy D, Chrissy Chaos podcast, and Chrissy and Eddie show and all that shit. He's got it on Patreon and all that shit. But DeStefano, very hilarious comic. I thought his special was pretty solid. His podcast game is pretty fucking funny though, man. He's a really hilarious character on all that stuff. And when he raises his voice and shit, it's fucking hilarious. I gotta watch his podcast. He did a Pride episode today. It's fucking fucking ridiculous. Let's see who else. Christina P of Your Mom's House podcast. She has a new special called Mom Jeans, also on Netflix. I thought that was pretty funny. It's pretty raunchy and pretty out there. So yeah, go watch that one. I'd say she said that she had the largest like wardrobe budget ever for like a special in Netflix history. When they submitted all the wardrobe receipts and shit like that. So yeah, she's been putting in work. Expect nothing less from you there, Christina. And there was also the Cat Williams World War III. That one was pretty fire, pretty raunchy, typical Cat Williams shit. I don't know if you saw or enjoyed his last one that he did in Jacksonville. I think it's similar vibe, kind of like where it's like maybe it's not necessarily the vintage Cat shit, but it's still pretty damn good in my opinion. I don't know. I like his comedy, even though he's made some disparaging remarks about Mexicans in the past. So I mean, like, hey, no, we perfect, bro. I don't. You forget about shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. That dude's wild. That dude's a wild human being, man. Cat Williams, whoo boy, fucking crazy, man. Fucking A. Who else? Who else had one? Norm Macdonald had a special called Nothing Special, which was recorded prior to his passing. He basically put all like a recent material that he'd been doing, and he recorded it on like basically like a Zoom, like online comedy basically during the pandemic, which I was doing for ages, like in Mind them and shit. But So you say it into like a microphone and with like deadpan. Well, he's deadpan anyway, but like he just said his material that way, and it wasn't necessarily said in front of a live audience at all, or even like an online audience, really. So it was just him just recording. There was like a phone call that interrupted him at one point. His cat, I think, interrupted him too. Those are kind of like nichey things there. But the coolest part about the whole thing was that at the end, they pull out a frame and you see that there's like a watch party that has David Letterman, Dave Chappelle, who else was in there? Conan O'Brien, Adam Sandler, David Spade, and Molly Shannon from SNL. And all people who had worked with knew Norm in the past and were cool with him and stuff like that. But they had like a roundtable talk and discussion. They just talked about the special, and they talked about the relationship that they had with Norm Macdonald and everything, and how special he was to all of them. So that was really dope to see, and they were getting emotional telling old Norm stories. So if you haven't, go check those out on Netflix. Now there's a couple more specials I want to mention that are on YouTube that maybe have not gotten the same publicity. Definitely go check these out if you can as well. We had Joe List. He has one. I think it was called it This Year's Material. Pretty fucking bland standard title, but he's really funny. He's really hilarious. Comic out of New York City. So he put up that recently. Let's see. I saw Cat Williams. Fahim Anwar had one. It's called Hat Trick. He put that out also on whatchamacalled, on YouTube. It was a very cool concept where he does 3 different sets in the Comedy Store, 3 15-minute sets. He did one in the original room, in the main room, and in the belly room. And he did different material in each set, which is pretty cool. He just took a camera crew and you get to follow him around in between as he goes from set to set to set, which is like a typical day of working at the Comedy Store. So that was pretty interesting perspective to be able to get insight and see. You can see him walking through the halls and talking to the other comics, chatting it up, and so that was pretty fucking cool. So go check that out. Give Fahim Anwar a follow. Very hilarious comic out here in LA. Let's see. Couple more. Ali Sadiq had one that was really funny called Domino Effect. Apparently this one was supposed to be released on HBO, but he had some comments that he made on Joe Rogan podcast in regards to LGBTQ community and how they raising children, I guess. He had some comments that people took some offense to, so HBO decided to pull the plug on that. As he addressed on Joe Rogan on a follow-up interview that he did last week, I want to say, a week before, podcast that I listened to. Ali's a very interesting dude, very hilarious, I'll say that. But you don't have to agree with the guy to fucking find it interesting, I'll say that. I mean, the guy's Muslim, doesn't import shit like that, which I do, and I'm not Muslim, so like, but like I enjoy his shit, so you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like weird. I don't know. Art, different. I don't know. I enjoy his perspective. Ita is a very great storyteller. I find his stories to be captivating, and he is really fucking good at it. If you haven't seen his Mexican got on boots story on YouTube, go look at that shit. But yeah, watch his special too called Domino Effect. That one was really fucking fun. He's a really great storyteller, really good. We're one of the best in the game. And then also I gotta give a big shout out. I didn't write this one down because I just saw him recently, but Stavro Hakias from the Cumtown podcast. You may have been familiar with him there. He just released a new special. It's called Live from the Lodge Room. I recorded it here in Los Angeles, and he murdered his shit. That shit was fucking hilarious. Stavi baby, man. I've been watching some of his clips a lot more recently, his crowd work stuff, and so he actually put out some like legit material, which was fun to see. And so Stavros, man, if you haven't seen him, he is really funny. He is based out of New York City, originally from Baltimore. Yeah, fellow follically challenged brother of mine. So Stavi, what's up? Big shout outs to all them folks. So yeah, those are some of my reviews of the comedy shit, the comedy game. Dude, we're over 2 hours now, man. I think we gotta wrap this shit up. All right, I gotta go. I'm actually running late to a gig. I gotta go. If you're in the LA area, stop by Accidental Chaos late night open mic from like 9:30 to like 2-ish. I don't know, whenever it ends. We ended at like 1:30 last night, and that's kind of early. So there you go. I'll be there DJing. I gotta go like now. But yeah, This has been episode 108 of the Puro Caballero show. I am Mario Caballero. Yep.
Mario!
That's my name.
It's me, Mario!
Yes, it is. Because
You know the fucking vibes.
God damn it. Yes, you do. Give us a follow on Instagram at The Puro Caballero Show. Give me a follow, as you know, at Puro Caballero. And yeah, I'll be posting all my dates. I ran through some of my dates for DJing and for doing stand-up. I think this Thursday I'll have a date. Anyway, I'll post everything on my Instagram. It'll all be there, all that info. Do you have anything else to say? I don't think so. That's it. Later. Peace.